I'm Andy, the Mitsubishi guy from Showcase Mitsubishi, and this is our overall encompassing video of the 2018 Mitsubishi Outlander PHEV in SEL trim. Now, this may not be the color combination that you looked at on the car that you're thinking about, but with the exception of the color combination on the car, we wanted to go over the options and features, tell you all about the car, and obviously it's available in the color of your choice. So, here we go, 2018 Mitsubishi Outlander PHEV SEL trim. This is the world's best-selling crossover, all-wheel drive, plug-in hybrid. If you've not seen one before, it has a combined average city rating of 74 miles per gallon. It says so on the window sticker. I may goof up some of my terms, but just the same, it's an incredible car. It runs an electric motor in the front, an electric motor in the back. There's a gasoline engine under the hood that allows it to generate power to recharge the battery, or it can provide power directly to the front wheels. Now that's in addition to being able to charge the battery from the charging port on the side from some kind of a grounded wall connection. I'll show you that in a little bit. But it wonderfully has Mitsubishi's Super All-Wheel control system on it. This car comes with Mitsubishi's 10-year, 100,000 mile powertrain warranty, our 5-year, 60,000 mile bumper-to-bumper warranty, our 5-year unlimited mileage roadside assistance, 8 years and 80,000 miles of computer and catalytic converter, 7 years, 100,000 miles of anti-corrosion, and also a 10-year, 100,000 mile warranty on all the PHEV components, including the battery, and that's a big one that everybody asks about. But get a look at this car. It looks just like our regular Outlander. One of the significant differences between the two is for the PHEV, this is a 5-passenger car, whereas on the regular gasoline model, it's 7-passenger. But you get Mitsubishi's great styling. It has some exclusive things that are specifically just PHEV, but it has some things that cross over nicely with the Outlander. Fantastic headlights, fog lights. These 18-inch wheels are exclusive to the PHEV. It does have the exclusive PHEV badging. Now this is a fast key car like many Mitsubishis are. I'll give you a quick look at it, but this is what the transmitter looks like. And you'll notice it's got lock, unlock, a power rear hatch, and a panic feature right there. All right? There's also some other things that are on the side of this. We'll get into that later, or you can give us a call if you have some other questions. But with the key in your pocket, there's a button on both front doors and a button on the rear door where you can lock this car. And you can unlock this car just because you're in proximity. It's also a push-button start car, which means when the key's in your pocket, you just put your foot on the brake, touch the start button, and you're rock and rolling ready to go. Now, what's so great about the mirrors on this car, and I brag about these a lot, LED turn signal indicators. Power folding, all right? They're electrically heated, so when you're hitting the defroster on this car, you're defrosting these side view mirrors, and it's got the blind spot detection built into these mirrors. So these mirrors do a lot for your safety, your comfort, and your convenience. Very nicely done. I brag about them a lot. There's also an electric windshield wiper deicer under the windshield wipers of this car to keep those from having ice built up on them in the winter driving times. So that's fantastic. Now, before we get too far, you're going to want to look at the interior of this car. This is also PHEV exclusive. It's very, very nice, and dual front power seats. This was the first Outlander that Mitsubishi came out with that had a power seat on the passenger side in addition to the driver's side. 8-way power seats, exclusive upholstery pattern, exclusive steering wheel. I'm going to climb inside the driver's seat. I'm going to show you around a little bit more, and we'll go over some of the other details. Yeah, I do want to specify, I may have used some incorrect terminology on there, but it's a 74 mile per gallon equivalent average for this car. Fabulous, fabulous fuel economy when looking at an average person's average daily driving. So, let's talk a little bit more about this car. We're going to start on the driver's door. There's a lot of things you might not be able to see because the light isn't as bright in here as it is outside. But we have our power windows over here, we have our power locks over here, and we mentioned we have our power folding side view mirrors over here, and you can move the mirrors obviously any way you want, and you can fold them in and out by a button that's located here. If I go over to the side, we've got both the electric button release to open the gas door and the power rear hatch. If I go up, I can turn off traction control, and I can scroll through some of the options on the dashboard. I'm going to turn the key to the on position to light some of the stuff up here so that you can get a good look at it. I'll turn the lights onto the parking light position. This is that exclusive steering wheel that we were talking about. It's a beautiful steering wheel on this car. The other thing that's really nice about this is with most of our Mitsubishis, it's both tilt and it's telescopic steering. Now, as you're looking at the controls built into the steering column, on the left side is obviously turn signal, and automatic headlights and fog lights are all controlled from the turn signal stalk. This is our wiper stalk, okay? These are automatic rain sensing wipers in the front, and the rear wiper control is a choice of either intermittent or on when you're on the rear wiper. Now, the other nice thing about the rear wiper in most Mitsubishis is if you've got your front wipers going and you put your car in reverse, it's automatically turning on that rear wiper regardless of what you did this setting for. Now, these are magnesium paddle shifters. In our conventional gasoline cars, these are used to shift the car up or down through a selection that would be similar to gears. But because this car doesn't have gears in it, and it's electrically driven front and rear, this actually controls your regenerative braking, which means you can adjust how much this thing decides to act as a generator when you lift off the gas pedal, and it creates a bit of a slowdown or a braking function depending on the selection that you make. I believe the selections are between 1 and 5. Really, really nice. Now, if we get over to here on the steering wheel, we've got our radio controls, we've got volume that goes up and down, we've got a source choice, and we've got our presets going left and right. We've got our Bluetooth fuse system here, which allows you to speak through the phone. You can voice dial, you can voice select and say when you're hooked up to something. And this is Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, by the way. So you can say, how much is gas at the nearest gas station? What's the weather going to be tomorrow? You know, how do I get to the nearest football stadium? Anything you want to do, it all hooks up. And it's all controlled possibly through the steering column right here. And also, obviously, there's manual choices there, right? We've got our cruise control located here. This is our push button start, which is great. This is our 7-inch display that I talked about, which is Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, showing you a lot of your selections. FM, AM, Bluetooth, phone, iPod. This is the apps to go into Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Sirius XM satellite radio. USB clock. Many of the different choices. Vehicle information, timed air conditioning. You can see time charging. Even your charging cost if you want to look at something like that. And other vehicle settings and even GPS settings if you want to look at that. Honestly, there's so much information here. It's more than you should probably cover on a simplistic video, but we want you to know that if you come in or give us a call, we will dive as deeply into these questions and answers as you would like. As we get down below, we've got dual zone climate control here, so you got left and right side temperatures, automatic and manual choices. If we get down a little further, 12-volt power outlet in the front, main on and off power switch for the rear hatch, fast key dead battery override, which means if their transmitter battery goes dead, you can put your key inside of there, it will recognize it and allow you to start and drive the car. This is our button to turn off the blind spot detection, double drink holders. Now, this is your shifter for the PHEV. I'm going to spend a moment on this because, once again, this car doesn't have a conventional transmission in it. This car just has reverse, neutral drive, all right, and, of course, a park function, all right? So what happens is when you start this car, all you got to do is pull the shifter over and go back, and you're in drive. If you want to go to reverse, you pull it over and you push up, and you're going into reverse. If you want to hit park, you can shut the car off, or you can just hit this large button right here. Now, there's 2 buttons on each side. There's a charge button, which means when you're going down the road, if you want it to, you can ask the car system to start charging the battery even if it doesn't think it wants to or needs to. And then there's a battery save mode, which means I've got a good charge in my battery, but I don't want you to use that right now. I'm going to save it till later, till maybe I get into a more metropolitan setting, and that's where I want to go. This is our 4-wheel drive selector. Now, there's only 2 choices on this. There's normal 4-wheel drive, and then there's a lock position, and a lot of people in Michigan like that lock position. This button is EV, which is your EV mode, which means if you select this, this vehicle functions as an electric-only vehicle, which means it will not engage the gasoline engine, I'm assuming, unless it has to. Electric parking brake and auto hold over here, which now the parking brake is electric. That auto hold function is nice. So if you live in hilly terrain and you engage the auto hold, when you're sitting at a stoplight and you take your foot off the gas, the car won't go forward and it won't go backward until you start hitting the accelerator on this car. So it doesn't have the ability to roll forward or backward depending on the incline you may be on. Heated front seats we talked about. Nice leather padded center armrest. Lots of room inside the center armrest. Dual USB ports to connect devices to, another 12-volt power outlet, nice light in there, shelf goes here, Kleenex, pen, lots of great stuff. Now as we look up, automatic dimming rear view mirror with HomeLink, 3 different buttons on there to do your garage door opener, maybe you have a gate entry to your gated community where you live or something like that, they can all be programmed in there. Even a sunglass holder up top. Now, I'm going to let the camera circulate around a little bit in here. As I said, this interior is exclusive to the PHEV. It is the nicest interior that I have seen in an Outlander. It's absolutely impressive. But I want to read over some of the special features and options and safety things while you guys are taking a bit of a tour of the car. Okay. First of all, it has a 12 kilowatt lithium-ion battery. It'll charge 120 volt and 240 volt and DC fast charge, which is 440. I'll show you that in the back. All right. It also has a main battery warming system, which is nice if you live in an ultra-cold climate. LED running lights we talked about. We talked about automatic on and off headlights. Windshield wiper deicer I mentioned. 8-way power seats on both sides. 7-inch smartphone display with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. On the steering wheel, we have audio controls, phone controls, voice controls. I showed you dual USB ports. This, by the way, is a rear view camera. It seemed pretty obvious. I should have mentioned it, and I didn't. Electronic parking brake with auto hold I talked about. And I'm getting into safety a little bit here. Anti-lock braking system, which is ABS with electronic brake force distribution and brake assist. Traction control logic. Active stability control. Hill start assist. Blind spot warning with rear cross traffic alert. Now, I told you about blind spot warning, and people are familiar with that. But that's the lights that come on in the mirrors to tell you when somebody's in your blind spot, so don't change lanes. But this has rear cross traffic alert and lane change assist. Our rear cross traffic alert will alert you if you're backing blindly out of a parking spot and there's some cross traffic that may interfere with your path of travel. It will alert you and tell you to stop. The lane change assist performs the same kind of a function. If you're changing lanes and somebody else starts moving into the same zone that you're trying to occupy, it will alert you that somebody's moving into your zone and you might want to correct and go back to your other spot. Once again, all great accident avoidance devices. Lastly, I want to talk about Rise body construction, and that's how Mitsubishi designs the chassis and subframe of this car. And it's designed that in the event of an accident or an impact, it takes the force of the impact and it moves it around the passengers, not through them. It is a top-rated safety feature. It's been used by other companies like Volvo and Mercedes-Benz for safety on their cars. It is very, very highly touted. Wonderful, wonderful, safe car. In addition to things like front airbags, side seat airbags, side curtain airbags, driver's side knee airbags, all those things. Top safety pick over and over again with the Mitsubishi Outlander in all trim levels. Amazing car. All right, I'm shutting the lights down. I'm getting ready to show you the second row of seats. Before I get back there, one last quick mention, because I'm not the tallest guy in the world. Shoulder strap height adjustable for both front seats. So it makes it comfortable for you to cross here, and it makes it safe for you too. Let's look at our second row. Second row in this seat, once again, exclusive upholstery leather pattern for the PHEV. I'm going to sit right down right here. Look at all the legroom I've got. Just a ton. Amazing amount of headroom. Now, Mitsubishi does theater height seating. This seat is higher than the front seats. I've got good visibility out the front and the side windows. It lessens your rear seat passengers' chance of getting car sick. In addition to that, this seat is reclining, so you can adjust it that way. Center armrest will fold down for double drink holders. It does give you full seating all the way across for 3 people with 3 shoulder strap seat belts. The middle one is available to be tucked up out of the way where it is right now. There's also child safety seat latch and tether positions across the back seat. And once again, the ultimate in comfort. This is great soft leather. I don't know what words to describe it, but I'm telling you, it is luxurious beyond words. So comfortable and so nice. The other great thing about this car, just like our Outlanders, is this rear seat folds flat for you. And it's real simple. It's a 2-step process. 1, 2, and it's done. Back seat folds down. It's just that easy. Now, I've got the rear cargo cover in place. It does come with the car, but it does just squeeze together and come right out if you don't want it. So I don't want you to think that this is a permanent fixture that blocks your cargo capability. Let's look at the back of the car. I told you that this car has power rear hatch on it, but I want to go over here to the charging system first. To open the charge door, just push on it and it opens up. Now, your fuel door is on the other side. It may even be in the photos that you looked at. But you see 2 different charging ports here. Your 110 and your 220 goes right there. This is your 440 DC quick charge. On this 440 DC quick charge, you can charge this car to 80% in about 20 minutes. If you're doing the 110, if I'm not mistaken, it's about 6 to 8 hours to charge this thing. And if I'm not mistaken, you're looking at about 2 hours to do it on a 220. So it recharges real quick. So you can recharge the battery in this car either from the engine or you can plug it in the wall. Now, it's obviously more cost efficient to charge your battery using this than it is to use the gasoline engine, but just the same, there's no range limitation on this car. You can drive this car cross country and utilize as much as the hybrid as possible. All right, looking at this rear hatch, power rear hatch. I've got the key in my pocket. I push the button, up it goes. Now remember, there's 3 spots you can open this. You've got the button on the hatch, you've got the button on the transmitter, and you've got a button on the dashboard that you can use. But take a look inside this car. There's an amazing amount of room back here for cargo. As I said, this center piece will squeeze together and come right out. This is your cargo cover, right? And then there's another 12-volt power outlet in the back corner there. Lots and lots of room, and of course we could have folded that other seat flat. Not a problem right there, and given us just oodles of cargo space. So whatever your interests are, chances are they're going to fit just fine inside this car. Big, big cargo space numbers. All right, I'm going to close this rear hatch back up. I want to talk to you for a second about a safety feature that we like on our Outlanders. It's something that we at Showcase install, and it's called a pulse system. You'll see our sticker right here. And that is designed to protect you from a rear-end collision if possible. It was determined in a study that was done by the National Highway Traffic and Safety Administration and Chrysler that if the car behind you has just one more second of notice that you're stopping, that you are 90% less likely to be involved in a rear-end collision. Now, with everybody driving around with cell phones in their faces, they're not paying attention to the cars in front of them as they should. And this pulsing third brake light can make the difference between an accident and not an accident. It's designed very well. It causes that rear light to pulse 3 or 4 times before it stays on solid. It does require about a 7 or 8 second pause between applications of the brake pedal before it will pulse again. All right? But if you think about it, something like that can make the difference between an accident and not. And when you're in a rear-end collision, you're a sitting duck. You don't want to be that person. There's nothing you can do besides brace for impact. We're very pleased to have that on our new cars, and we're very proud to offer that to you. Okay, LED taillights, backup camera, of course, we talked about. Amazing crossover SUV, plug-in hybrid with all-wheel drive, one of the very few, if only one, on the market. 74 mile per gallon equivalent on fuel economy. Let's cover Mitsubishi's warranty again. 10 years, 100,000 miles powertrain. 5 years, 60,000 miles bumper to bumper. 5 years unlimited mileage roadside assistance. 8 years, 80,000 miles computer and catalytic converter. 7 years, 100,000 miles anti-corrosion. And because this is a plug-in hybrid vehicle, all the plug-in hybrid components are also covered for 10 years and 100,000 miles, battery included. All right? You are so well protected in this car from safety, fuel economy, and warranty. There's really no bad answer. Let me tell you this, we've got great leases, we've got low interest rates, and we've got big rebates. So whichever way you'd like to own or lease this car, we have excellent options available for you. We can secure financing for you quickly and easily. We can do it securely over the phone. We can do it securely on our website, and we can most certainly do it in person. And by the way, if you don't live nearby, we're car shipping experts. We can ship this car or any other car to your doorstep anywhere in the country, and it's probably a lot more affordable than what you think. So don't hesitate to ask. Don't let the distance between us stand behind you and getting the right car from the right group of people that have all the knowledge. So give us a call at Showcase Mitsubishi. Our phone number is area code 989-684-0500.